There's some interesting stuff you got here, though.
Let's look. You can't expect John and
Raoul, thank you very much.
Raoul over there to appreciate the subtle intricacies of biology and mana.
Phantom and Doc can stay. Raoul and John, get out.
Okay, let's go,
come on,
John.
I was just having fun. I don't want to miss whatever's going on here.
Leave these nerds alone.
I've got a drought interview.
Yes, please go.
Are they gone yet?
Yeah, have they left the room? I assume they've left the room.
Have you guys left the room?
Yeah, I left the room.
I just kind of apologized. I was waiting on her to respond.
Wait, what did you say?
I was just messing. I don't want to miss anything that goes on in here.
All right. Then just Raoul needs to leave.
Okay. I am already gone.
She's got the biggest shit-eating grin on my face.
John, you dick.
I was lied to about this Bell person. I'm a little upset about that.
Or maybe Jeron's the stupid one who believed it. All right.
Anyway,
She's
Bell,
still got her back turned to you guys. You can hear her kind of sniffling a little bit.
Bell, I'm a bit of an alchemist myself, and there's some things I'd like you to actually take a look at, see if we can compare some notes.
Yes, I'd be.
I've concocted my own brews for use on the road.
Wait, like what sort of ones?
Oh, the Dr. Patton's patent-pending nitrous number, the laudanum liquidator, the incision incentivizer. The list goes on and on.
Those sound really cool.
They are, honestly. I'm pretty proud of them.
That's some mighty helpful concoctions.
I've been testing them on my companions here, and they seem to be pretty.
She walks over to her. She walks over to her her bookshelf full of potions.
What I'm worried of is, as we head further out west, they might be less and less effective. While they're primarily physical components, herbs and other mixtures of chemicals and whatnot, I feel like as we go further out, the slight magical component of them will start getting weaker and weaker. And you're along this train as we go as far west as Arkansas, and I'd like to know if you have any opinions, or if you want to check, see if we can compare some notes, see if you've done any studies on this.
So, yeah, what you were saying, the potions do get kind of weaker the further you go out.
She's so depressed.
Because you're a total dick to her.
But yeah, like here, this one, and she kind of throws it behind her back near towards you. You catch it pretty easily. Yeah, you catch it pretty easy. That one's Bell's chitinous combobulation potion. It doesn't work really good. It makes people grow like these really big, like crab scale armor. But it doesn't turn them back, though. You probably shouldn't break it. I probably shouldn't have thrown it.
I'm gonna hold it up to my eye, and my eyes are gonna kind of tick. They're gonna turn on the LEDs and all that as I'm examining it.
Crab scales, huh? That sounds pretty useful.
Really? Everybody else said it was dumb, and would probably just get everybody killed.
Pretty hard to crack a crab open.
Yes, we've...
Believe us. We've had a run-in with a few crabs.
She gonna...
Rather large. More like pistol shrimp than crabs, really, but...
Wait. Oh, are you talking about... Oh, back east, near near York, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, I heard of those. Actually, like, here, where is it? This one. She kind of reaches in, pulls out this blue blue potion. This one, I don't have a nice name for it yet, but it kind of recreates the blast effect that those guys made. But then they told me it was... They said it was dumb and that a hand grenade would just be better.
Well, that's actually a misnomer. See, the interesting part about that effect is it seems to blend a mixture of biological mechanism with mana-based concentration, which isn't really seen commonly. So being able to recreate that in a potion is quite impressive.
So, she hands it to you, you take a look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a nature check. Or an arcana check.
Oh, great.
Either or.
Oh, no. Hold on, what's my... I'm going to go with nature. Alright, that's 15.
15? Okay.
Yeah.
Even then, what you can tell, just by looking at this thing, like, you feel, like, you can see the essence of it, of that creature in there and everything. She didn't quite get it.
Uh-oh.
Like, this looks like it would range, like, you don't know that much about potions, but from what you can tell, this looks like it would range somewhere between, like, one of those little firecrackers that you throw on the ground and it pops a little bit, to, like, you know, a pound of C4, and you're not entirely sure which one.
I am going to hold it very, very gingerly.
So, Patton, you are you going to take a look at the potion that you're holding as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The,
give me
the crab one or the explosion one?
crab one. Give me an Arcana check for that one.
All right, Arcana's got a 10, so let's go with... I got a 14, so 24.
24? Okay. Yeah, what she was saying about it not turning people back is very, very true. And now that you take a look at most of these, you can tell that a lot of them are, like, failed revisions, and, like, really as you look around at a lot of this stuff, she's got a lot of raw power in things, but it's all over the place.
So it lacks finesse.
Yeah, complete lack of finesse. It's like, this stuff looks like it would be way more likely to create unintentional effects that nobody wants than actually do what it says, like what she says it does.
Okay. So I'm going to hold this potion.
These are unstable.
Yeah, very unstable.
And it's on a train too, right?
Yeah.
On a train that, like, goes on tracks that have not been, like, super maintained.
Uh-huh.
Boy, this is great. This is a great idea.
You do notice that the floor right underneath those cabinets has a lot of throw pillows.
Oh, jeez.
Christ.
Whoa. I think Elias is going to have a bit of a realization that this room is horrifically dangerous.
Yep.
And I'm going to hold this potion gingerly and just say, now, this potion is quite impressive in a number of regards. However, I think that we could benefit, both of us, from comparing notes on that the crab creature that you mentioned, and sort of further refining your process. You seem to have captured the particular power, I'd say, of the creature well, but the expression, I feel like, could use some refinement.
All right.
This is chin up. This is quite impressive work, I'd say. I've certainly not seen this level of dedication to magical study anywhere outside of the college that I came from.
Wait, where'd you come from?
Phantom, rather.
Oh, I'm sure you've heard of it. The New York.
Tolnay?
Yeah, I have the name here. I'm trying to pronounce it correctly.
The Tolnay Academy of Magical Studies?
Yes, I have it. I'm telling you, I'm looking at it in my notes. Don't be a dick. I'm sniffling, so I'm trying not to, like, say it dumb, okay? It's the Tolnay Academy of Magical Studies back in New York.
Kind of. Sorry. Oh, wait, you're from there?
Yes, rather unfortunately. A bunch of stuffy shirts.
She kind of reaches down underneath one of the workbenches and just pulls out a stack of notes.
Oh, okay.
Right?
What kind of notes?
So, you start taking a look through them, and it's a bunch of various, like... Imagine a college freshman attempting to write a PhD.
Oh, no.
Right?
Oh,
and it's just that on a ton of different subjects. You know, the exact way that mana interacts in this particular situation. You know, this mutation on a random plant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're all written pretty bad. Like,
Okay.
you start thumbing through them, she kind of hands them to you expectantly.
Uh-huh.
Expecting you to peer review her papers.
Yeah.
For a first attempt, this is quite admirable. You seem to have covered a wide breadth of subjects.
Those are all on the 4th revision.
Yes, well, mastery, as they say, takes time.
Ribbit. Ribbit.
I believe you could probably benefit from more hands-on biological and mana, perhaps dissections, some more thorough note-taking forms would also be beneficial. If you'd like, I can show you a few copies of my own notes.
And she just kind of nods.
Right, I'll give her one of my older notebooks from earlier.
Yeah.
Probably the one on the crab.
Alright. And then montage of Patton and Elias talking to college freshmen. So.
I assume I'm getting more and more exasperated.
Hey guys, I'm
on.
getting
Yes.
kind of bored back here. Can we throw that potion? I'd really like to see what it does.
No. The crab
No.
potion?
No.
Crab
potion, no.
Crab potion goes
So.
back on the shelf.
So, anyway. Next day. Right? You guys, everything's gotten together and you guys start to get moving. You, really early you hear a loud whistle, and over the comms, waking you guys up in your, bedding chambers, which is mostly a bunch of mattresses thrown into a storage container. You hear over the comm, "Hey guys! Everybody, get up here if you want to see this. We're heading out."
Alright.
Go ahead and get out of bed.
Mhm.
Make sure to remake my covers.
Also, Jeron, you earlier in the day probably attempted to go interview DB, right?
Yeah.
You just straight cannot find him.
Too sneaky.
That is very upsetting to me because that was like the only story I had left here.
No, yeah. So,
Tell me
you
you're
guys...
not doing like a Vice documentary on how you rode trains with the steel drivers? Like,
Well, yeah, he is. He's just not like he had other stuff on the agenda he wanted.
Yeah,
to
yeah. But, so, anybody who wants to goes out to the front of the train. You can see everybody sans belle who's back in the lab, it seems, up near the front in the conductor car. Tony is currently at the driver's seat, and you guys don't see Casey. The train starts moving a little bit.
Tony, where's Casey at?
Huh? Oh yeah, first time riding. He always does this. Just,
Does what?
he's on the roof.
I'm gonna go ahead and like stick my head out the window, see if I can see him up
I'm
there.
gonna hop up on the roof.
You see Casey lying back. You know, he's got a reclining chair. He's just sitting on the top.
Is the chair like bolted into the
Yes.
awesome.
He's just sitting up there. He looks down at you, waves.
I'll wave back at him.
Okay, so this is a good idea.
Oh no, it's a terrible idea. Like, so many things can go wrong when he's doing this, but it's some sort of...
No, I said, hey, Casey, is this a good
Oh,
idea?
I thought you were talking Tony. So, Casey says, no, this is a terrible idea. There's so many things that could go wrong with this.
Nice.
You want to
Well, it
join?
doesn't look like anything's gone wrong yet, so...
Well, that clears that up.
So, start driving. You guys are still in Pittsburgh for a while, as you just start cruising along. You see a couple of trains on the opposite side of the track. They give a little whistle signal to each other.
Little toot toot.
Yeah.
Toot, toot.
And eventually you guys are off. You're following the river for a while, and train enthusiasts are going to be mad, probably. But we do have the little route that they're following on some Google Maps, which is so fucking rad that we have that. But yeah, you see, Pittsburgh and the surrounding suburbs start to pass you by. All the surrounding areas are more or less intact, but you do start to feel like you're really kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Right? There's less and less going on. You see a couple of mostly untouched suburbs that have just become completely overgrown. Previously you would see, the odd house that has a fire going or somebody living there, but now there's just nothing. And Casey is still just sitting on the top of the train taking everything in. Though eventually, after about 4 hours, he swings back in, kind of takes the filter off of his mask, swaps in a new one, and just... Tony looks back at him. New record? Nah, not yet.
Don't tell me you...
What?
Is he attempting to survive without mana?
And
just
Tony,
taking in the sights as long as he can.
So Tony kind of furrows his brow a bit. Yes. Could you please just could one of you just yell at him for me, please? We've tried.
I'm not sure.
Is it already that bad out there?
He's convinced his time keeps going up, so that means he can survive longer and longer without it.
Well, it's actually an interesting question.
Oh God, please don't encourage him.
We don't really have any sort of hard data on how repeated mana deprivation affects biological systems. So, I suppose if he's okay with sort of wrecking his mana intake abilities as well as his biology, by all means, if you wish to continue, do so.
He kind of puts
notes on this.
He puts the train speed up a little bit, right? Kind of motions for you to come on over.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of whispers, points at Casey. Do you honestly think that it hasn't done anything to him? Just look at him.
I'm gonna look at him. Does there seem anything other than being eccentric, does he actually look weaker or?
Nature check.
Fucking hell! Not perception.
Either or.
Nature, heal, perception.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with
each
perception.
one, whichever one you go with, will give you a different sort of data result.
Okay, I'll go with nature then, because I'd rather see I'd rather know the actual physical changes, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's 14.
14 total?
Yeah, my rolls are shit.
Holy crap! Wait, your bonus to?
Is 12? Yes, I rolled a 2.
Oh my!
I'm not fudging rolls, everybody.
Oh, yeah, we can tell.
Jesus.
Consistently below 10.
It seems like he's kind of leaning left and right, like a little bit unstable.
Well, I mean, that's normal after mana deprivation. I mean, as long as that sort of condition doesn't persist after he's sort of refueled.
Yeah.
Let me see. He swapped gas masks, right?
Yeah, he swapped the filter at least.
Okay. I wanted to. Is there a spare mask? I'd like to examine it, see how similar it is to my setup.
Are you gonna just like ask him, or?
Yeah, I mean that's not a mask. I'm asking if there's like
what, like an extra? No, that mask that he's got going there is crazy, though.
All right, I'm gonna go over and ask.
So you see that filter there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one that you just took off. Go take a look at it for me.
All right, I'll go ahead and grab the filter and hold it up.
It's empty. There's just nothing in it. As in,
so he was just doing it for the aesthetic.
He was just wearing the mask for the aesthetic. It wasn't even doing anything.
Wait, so why'd he swap out the filter then?
To a real one.
The aesthetic.
Oh. Jeez.
Oh. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, you're telling me. God.
All right, so I think I walk back into a different train cart, probably to take a nap, and I pat Casey on the back and go, "You don't get yourself killed one of these times." You know that, boy?
Oh, absolutely, my cowboy friend.
I take a nap.
All right, so montage
Having a lot of montage.
of train ride. Train ride.
Sugar.
You know, there's a little fun Scooby-Doo cat and mouse sequence between Jeron and DB. Right? You know, they keep going through different train carts. He's on the roof of the one time that he's looking for him. He's in like a locker when he's going through the armory looking for him. You know, he tries to go into the kitchen to find him, opens up the fridge, turns out he was in the freezer.
Yeah.
Oh my
god.
Until eventually, about like a day and a half later, right? Since you guys have been going pretty easy, right?
Where are we on the map?
You've probably just passed through, well, anytime you go through one of these main cities, actually, yeah, let's rewind a little bit there. Not a day and a half. That would be way too slow. Probably like, you know, half a day, right? You just went through Cleveland.
Okay.
Cleveland, you know, post-apocalyptic Cleveland looks about like Cleveland.
Maybe a little nicer.
It's probably a little bit nicer now. To all things considered, like there's
not on
greenery,
fire.
the river isn't on fire, it's great. So, right around, you know, as it's starting to get late,
If any
though.
of our listeners live in Cleveland, I'm very sorry.
Property values have gone up.
Stop.
Yeah, there was another like base of operations for the steel drivers in Cleveland, right? But you did just kind of blow through it, refueled a little, but that's it. So
Steamed right through Cleveland.
yeah, so at around this point, right around when you start to get a good view of Lake Erie on your right, eventually, you know, Jeron's been looking around for him, and then, you know, you're getting ready to go to bed. Or, no, it's only been about half a day. Started on it, yeah. You're getting ready to go eat, like, dinner. Right? And into the dining, you know, into that living room cart, you see Molly bust in, right? Slam the door open. She is carrying something. It's DB. He is tied up.
Why is he tied
Just kind of got him slung over her shoulder. Just kind of tosses him onto the couch.
I'd like to know the story behind this
Well,
one.
Molly, I don't remember telling you I was looking for him, but
It's not exactly hard to figure it out.
Yeah, that's fair. I
Look,
don't think you had to tie him
this
up
is so that you stop digging through our shit.
Also fair. All right. I appreciate
Also,
it.
DB, stop being such a little bitch and just talk to the guy. He just kind of like rolls over face down on the couch. She kind of throws her hands up, walks out. You don't have to untie him, by the way. You can just leave him like that.
Oh boy.
Fuck's sake.
Good idea, Molly. I think I'll leave him like this.
You're gonna leave him tied
So-
up to interview him?
So just face down.
No, I'll turn him over
I
so he
think-
can.
I think I untie
Yeah.
him, but I stand behind him.
Are you working with her?
With Molly? I mean,
She's working with them. She has to be.
She's not working with them, DB.
How do you know? Are you working with them?
I'm pretty sure Casey already clarified. I mean, you can clarify yourself. No spiders. Look,
I think I'd know if we were working with them.
Illusion magic can hide spiders.
DB, I've done some previous work for the Drow before. Not like any news stories, but
Oh, you've done it now.
Well, you talked to...
if
Wait, like
I
here or
think-
before? Are you a servant of Wolf?
no, not before. I was born in this world, DB. Calm down. All right.
Uh-huh.
Look, I kind of have sympathy for you guys because, like, I have a lot of close Drow friends. Believe it or not.
Did he just...
He did.
I'm not racist. I have a lot of drow friends.
No,
Please.
I didn't mean it like that, but that's how DB takes it.
That's what you said.
Stop being so fucking racist. Holy shit.
We got a regular Chinese Luigi.
Jeron's drow impersonation is so fucking racist. That Patton gets a stomach ulcer because he won't stop being so fucking racist.
Oh, God.
But anyway, I have a.
Right. So you have me at your mercy. What do you want to know?
Well, I just want to help you out, man. And all you have to do for me is just give me some information about Drow in the old world because I think it's pretty interesting.
All right. So Zep's gonna, have the camera kind of swerve around him, land right in front of him. Just kind of, all right, buddy. You're the big star of the moment. Come on, give me a good smile right here. Or panic twitching. That works too.
I mean, I think it adds atmospheres up. It's more real.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I want to know is, since you seem so terrified of these spiders,
Yeah.
I think I would be terrified of these spiders too. How many of them would you think came through here, if you know of any that came through here?
I don't know of any that came through here, but if I had to guess, if I could make it through, then they can make it through. The matrons, they're crafty. They'll do anything to get what they want.
Would they have an interest in you in particular over any of the other Drow that I've met before?
All of us are of interest to them. We're their property. Or at least what they thought was their property. Not anymore, though.
Right, so you're free now, but why aren't you in New York?
That's where they would expect me to be.
I haven't had any trouble or seen any spiders of that you describe in New York. So
Exactly. You
Yeah,
haven't
they're
seen them. They're amazing at stealth. Their ability to infiltrate a society is unparalleled. If you've seen a Drow matron, it's already too late.
I'm renaming DB Alex Jones.
well, somebody some water filters, kid. Okay, well, it seems like you might know a little bit more than the Drow in New York then.
Yeah, if they're staying there, they're idiots. Probably living happy, blissfully unaware. They're expecting... They've gotten soft. They think that nothing bad can happen to them here.
So, DB, if you don't want to be found, why are you riding a very loud, very large, metallic vehicle? Let the audience know.
Hiding in plain sight. Also, did you just give away my location? I thought we agreed that we weren't going to give away the location. Edit that.
Yeah, it'll be edited.
You didn't say train. You just said metallic vehicle.
Yeah, it could be a boat or a...
The train lines are vast, and anybody coming out here needs to be equipped to deal with the things out here. We're in a magically sealed vehicle moving incredibly fast, and I am being protected by a number of very skilled individuals.
And a number of not so skilled individuals from what I've
So
seen.
how long have you been riding the rails for a long time then?
No, only a couple of years. I'm the newbie to the group.
Alright.
Yeah, I came in to fill in for somebody else.
For someone else?
Yeah.
Do you have any information on who that someone else was?
Yeah, they called him Jersey. Tiefling guy. You can actually see him in some of those pictures back there. Yeah, he's got a, he was always wearing this jacket, these, aviator sunglasses, and always had this, that big gun on his back, that AK.
Jersey.
Yeah. He had his...
Can I do a check to see if I have any idea who that is?
Sure. So, if you would have taken notes, so this is something that you would have recognized immediately. You don't need a history check for this. If you had out of character taken notes, you would immediately recognize... Wait, hold on. What did the guy...
As the dude in the photo? Yeah, like, that's obvious.
Yeah, the dude... Wait, what about that guy who was in the van with Michael?
Shit!
That's what it was. I remember that.
I was looking through my notes for your teeth, but
Yeah.
I didn't see one.
He's just like... Yeah, they called him Jersey. I think it was short for Jersey Devil.
I get it.
He went missing.
Oh. Yeah. I've seen him.
Wait, what?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Wait, he was supposed to be dead!
He's not dead.
What?
The concepts of subtlety are lost on Jeron, out of character.
Oh god.
Yes.
I think you mean Raoul.
Okay, wait, he doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know where I live. Okay, it should be fine.
I thought you were scared of
That depends on your
spiders,
definition of fun.
DB. Why are you afraid of Jersey Devil? Like, yeah, he's a scary guy, but why are you in particular scared of him?
I don't like the idea of anybody knowing where I am. So if there's somebody who's worked with this exact same team who's gone missing...
Alright, well, Zep, now that we know a little bit about this Jersey guy, I think we should let DB go.
Okay.
So,
Actually,
DB?
could you guys all leave? I was going to watch something here.
Watch something?
watch what?
Does it matter?
Yes, if you're scared to show us, what is it that we can't watch?
I wanted to watch TV alone.
Okay. I was gonna make like a subtle nod for Zep to phase out.
Yeah.
Keep an
So-
eye on.
So, with that, right? We go back to montages. You're driving along. Actually, you won't be able to get a good view of. No, yeah, you will. As you pass through Cleveland, heading up, you do see on this island off of the coast the remnants of an old like amusement park. you see all these huge metal structures, some with cars and such still on them, reaching up ridiculously high, that are just now rusted out entirely. Several parts of the tracks just completely collapsed. And then you keep going on. You pass over the Sandusky Bay there, and then eventually, whole most of the day goes by. You guys get through Toledo, everything. You're just taking in the scenic fucking Ohio. God, I hate that place. We're from Ohio.
Toledo, Ohio. Exotic.
Ohio sounds pretty great. I want to visit there one day.
So, as you pass through, you eventually see a lot of scenic cornfields and overgrown flat land and the occasional suburb. I'm not bitter at all for growing up in Ohio.
Do we notice, is there any particularly interesting animals or just more deer or shit like that?
So, yeah, surprisingly enough, you don't really see much around the train tracks, but you do see alongside the tracks, pretty much very locally to the tracks, even if they wouldn't be native to this area, there's a lot of mana-producing plants and herbs and trees. It seems like they plant them as they go to...
That's just what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah, to make it livable. But around the time that you're about to get to Chicago, you, let me actually just pull up this fucking train map. Yeah. So you're about to get into Chicago, and then all of a sudden you hit this switching station, right? And you start... and you switch off. Casey, they kill the train. Casey hops out, changes your track, and you start going south.
Wait, isn't that not where we want to go?
Correct. He's changing the track.
Sort of where we want to go.
He runs back in, kind of out of breath. Change of plans, guys. You remember Savant?
What's up?
We got a distress call. Near Indianapolis.
That's sort of.
We're taking a bit of a detour.
Do we know how long this is going to take? I'm sure. Distress.
I don't think that much matters. We got people in trouble out there. Let's ride.
This guy's got it. Also, how long is this going to take? Potentially forever if we die. Ha ha! Let's go.
So,
wait, are we going through Gary, Indiana?
No.
Okay. I didn't know when we were turning.
So, I think you already passed through Gary. Actually, you're turning right out of Gary, Indiana, pretty much.
Okay.
Dodged a bullet there.
well, again, the apocalypse has made Gary, Indiana into a nice place.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Not even an apocalypse can save Gary.
All right, guys. Gentlemen, we have an unidentified distress call from Savant. You remember those guys I was telling you about? They're always fucking things up. Unlike normal, this wasn't accompanied by Maverick's whiny-ass voice yelling, "Hey, Casey, somebody come help me!" It's just pure static and gunfire.
That sounds fun. Let's go.
We're the only people nearby, and we aren't giving up on them. How good are you guys in a fight?
I can handle my own.
Elias over there, he for lack of a better word, sucks. But me, John, and the doctor over here are very good.
Don't be mean to Phantom. He's trying.
When it comes to pugilism, you'll find I'm quite well trained.
That is all in character, by the way. I watched the tapes of the crap.
Yes, well, I'm not quite accustomed to fighting giant enemy crabs.
Okay, so you start heading down south. You're blaring down the tracks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Casey is now at the very front of the train, directing them through various switching stations and things at incredibly high speed. Way too fast, probably? Right? It is a bumpy as fuck ride.
I'm vaguely worried about all those potions in that car.
So, yeah, you start heading down, and you guys kind of skirt around the outskirts of Indianapolis, and you start heading down south below that into what starts to be a fairly heavily wooded area.
Okay.
Right, the trees have started to build up around you guys. Eventually, you see a clearing, right? And, like, pretty far ahead of you, you guys can see a train flipped over on its side. It was a straight path. It looks like it was pushed off. And you guys... So, Casey then looks at it and goes, wait, what the ever-loving... Boom! And right then, something slams into the side of the train for you guys.
Okay.
And then another. And then another.
Yeah, I guess we'll try and brace.
Yeah, so. Anybody who wants to, namely everybody, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Yep.
And remember, we got +1 from...
Because Elias is an elf.
I got a 23.
23?
16.
11.
7.
Mm-hmm. So, who rolled the 23?
Patton.
Okay. So, it's pretty hard to see, but in this, you see, like, one side is slightly higher than the other. You know, you're on a little bit of a hill. Mm-hmm. And from the top of the hill, you see these small boulders rolling down. And they just kind of slam into the side of the train, and then go up and over and land and keep on going down the way. It's like some sort of weird rock slide. It's staying on the track right now, but it's getting dangerous.
Do the boulders look like they're just randomly rolling? I mean,
no, they look like perfectly spherical too.
So they're purposefully rolling.
Yeah, it looks. They're also going too fast for that hill.
They're definitely rolling with the intent of knocking the.
Or at least they're rolling with the intent of getting wherever they're going. You happen to be in the way.
I'll go ahead and relay this information.
Alright. So.
Who are you relaying it to? You
just out
Probably
loud
just
to you
shout
guys,
it.
Casey, all that. Unless you want me to just repeat it.
Yeah. So. Casey is going to shout out for everybody to get out and brace, like kill the engines, like slam on the brakes. You guys skid forward, and for everybody to get out and brace the train to stop it from tipping over.
Right on the opposite edge.
Yeah. So you guys start doing that. Molly hops out, holds it up, and she just barks out, I got this. Go help those guys. Casey, newbies, go help those guys.
Wait, what is she holding up?
She's bracing the train solo, basically.
Can she do that?
Looks like it's working.
I mean, apparently.
Okay.
I mean, if it looks like it's working, I guess there's a reason she's on this train.
Sure, then I'll go help.
Yeah, her and Tony seem to have it more or less under control, but shit is still very much slamming into them.
They're holding up an actual train, like, isn't it like thousands and thousands of pounds?
Yes, but
they're just
stopping it from tipping.
Oh, okay.
Right, they're bracing it for the impact. It seems to be like mostly focused on the front car.
Okay.
So, you guys are in a pretty heavily wooded area with boulders running through, and about 500 meters in front of you is a flipped train. Anybody who wants to
across the tracks.
Anybody who wants to can give me a perception check. It's in a little bit of a clearing, right? But not much of one.
I guess I'll do it. 16.
18. And,
wow.
Yeah, 16 and then 18.
27.
27?
Yeah.
12.
Okay. So what you see on a 27 is you see several people off near the front of the train, kind of slightly obscured by it. These guys are wearing bulletproof vests, large helmets, and the same symbol from before that you noticed on the guards, the Wonderland Company guys from Tenali.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
They've got very nice military gear, and you see one guy pulling somebody out of the car, it seems.
I'm gonna yell at John that there's some guys pulling people out of the train, and they look like they're the ones from Tenali.
I rolled a 12. I'm
Also,
already sprinting at full speed.
Also on a
towards the
27, you notice the boulders are still coming down, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're avoiding these guys.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
They're like curving around
Yeah.
them.
Well, I'm going to assume that there's somebody
Yeah.
controlling boulders somewhere around here. So can I roll Arcana to see if there's somebody?
Sure.
Somebody I missed.
Yeah, sure. Anybody who's trained in anybody can roll Arcana to try and figure that out, except for maybe John.
Nat 20.
18.
Nat 20?
Yeah,
John
Nat
doesn't
20.
know what's going
Oh,
on.
you're trained in Arcana, aren't you?
Yep.
So, on a Nat 20, you're looking around for like what this magic shit is going. What's going on with this magic shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just feel massive feedback, basically.
Oh, shit.
Like, you're like, who's controlling this, right? And the answer is, the forest? The boulders? Like, the boulders are the thing controlling the boulders? It doesn't make any fucking sense. But, like, you start to get a feel on it, it all feels like each one of those things is the same thing. And you can also feel it off in the woods, like they're all rolling towards some big cluster of magical energy.
Like a golem?
Something like that.
Well,
Ooh,
we got to
so
deal with
here.
these dudes first, though. I think.
Yeah,
So-
he's already sprinting towards.
Yeah,
the tree,
John's
so
already
he's probably
sprinting.
get after him.
Right?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
dodging boulders as you go and all of that.
Holding on to his hat.
It doesn't seem like they're explicitly aiming for you, so you can predict them.
Mhm.
Right? And you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, right? And I'm assuming you're not even trying to hide yourself.
No. There are people in trouble. I'm not very
Nice.
sneaky.
Alright, let me just set up
I'll
this.
start running along behind John.
So,
Way behind.
as you start running towards, you can see more and more of these guys out in the clearing that you couldn't quite see previously because of the tree cover and all of that.
Mhm.
You see 6 of these guys, right?
Mhm.
Kind of they've dragged people out of this train. They've got all of their weapons laid out next to them, and they've got them laid out in the middle of this clearing, and it looks like they're like checking through the train for something. One of them notices you, like gun up, and fires a warning shot off at your feet. And you're just
I really don't like that.
gonna keep on plowing through, right?
How far away am I right now?
Let's say about 50 meters.
Okay, I'm probably going to slow down to a jog
Alright.
and start shout, "Hey, what are you doing to those people? Get away from them."
So,
Kind of not 100% certain who they are, what they're doing.
you see them, more of them start pointing the guns towards you guys, moving forward. And you also hear one of them yell out, just vacate the premises immediately.
Tell me what to do.
John takes no shit.
I'm going to see them pointing guns at my friend and do what I did against the crabs and project a huge freaking demon.
Alrighty, that sounds like an intimidate check to me.
Alright, so intimidate is a 12.
Oh shit, can I assist him on this?
Sure. Explain how you're going to do so,
Okay.
though.
hang on 1 second. Okay, I got it.
Alright, so...
Alright, so do the demon thing.
That's a 15 in total.
And I... Okay, explain assisting real fast. It's been a very long time.
It's been a long time for me, too. Basically, what you do is you make a check, right? So, make your intimidate check. Nat 20?
Nat 20 plus 8.
That gives him a +2 to the roll.
Wow.
So, 17 in total.
17 in total? Okay. So you make this big, spooky demon thing that kind of radiates off of John, right?
Yeah.
And they hear in John's booming voice, "And I will execute great vengeance upon them, furious rebukes. And they shall know that I am the Lord, and I shall lay my vengeance upon them."
So, they look at that, you see one of them, like, flip some switch on one of their guns, fire something into the air, right? It lands about 30 feet in front of you, digs into the ground, starts skittering over towards you, and then just detonates in front of you, just knocking you straight away and dispelling the illusion.
Nat 20.
Yeah, to assist.
I know, I'm fucking pissed.
You fucked up.
And with that,
You wasted your 20.
roll some initiative for me, guys.
Initiative rolling time. This whole time I've been sort of behind John as he's running.
I rolled a 1.
Jesus.
A 1
I rolled a 15.
with your modifier.
Give
though.
me your totals.
Yeah. Yeah,
2 on initiative with my +1.
Okay.
bonus.
yeah. So 15 total for me.
8.
15?
Yeah.
Holy shit. John?
18.
Okay. And
That makes sense.
so, as John is flying through the air, lands, probably skids on his back a little bit, and these guys move forward on the tracks to meet you guys, we're going to start a combat, which means we're going to start another episode.
Alright, that was episode 9 of Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast. You can find us on Twitter at LetMeTellYouPD. You can find us on YouTube and iTunes and now on Google Play. In the description, you can find a link to the Discord where we're hanging out with everyone, and also a link to the newly opened Patreon that people were asking for. And wow, in like a day and a half, you guys have already given so much, and it's kind of crazy. I am super appreciative, and you can check that out, all that good stuff. We'll keep up the double uploads for a little bit longer, but now you guys are really catching up to where we are, and then it'll slow down and I'll stop flooding your inbox with all these videos. So until then, I'll see you guys next episode.